Hello students, this is a class for BA Part 2nd English Literature, and we will be doing Third Thoughts, an essay written by E.V. Lucas. The full name of the writer is Edward Verrell Lucas, and he is a actually 20th century writer. He is considered to be a journalist, a humorist, essayist, travelogue writer, and a novelist also. His essay, the present essay, Third Thoughts, is actually taken from the Phantom Journal. And like Charles Lamb, he has a very familiar kind of charm of his essays. His style is fascinating, and it is almost like Charles Lamb, and it includes his gentle humor and intimate self revelation. Uh, Third Thoughts is a very interesting kind of essay. The author makes it very clear in the very beginning of the essay that this story, actually, it is a story, and it's a very humorous kind of story which tells about the bargain with one's own soul. So he says that this story was actually told to him by a friend, and he narrates this story in a very autobiographical manner. The hero of the story is actually a man who is usually unfortunate in his business transactions. The author writes about him, and it is in first person. So I quote, "It is my destiny to buy in the dearest markets and to sell it if I succeed in selling it at all in the cheapest. But an exception happened to this rule in his life one day when he dealt very successfully. Once he was wandering aimlessly about the antique shop of a cathedral city, and he came upon a portfolio of watercolor paintings. Amongst them, there was a drawing which attracted his attention, and he thought that it might be a possible painting made by a very famous painter. The name of the painter is Turner. So he thought that this painting is actually made by Turner, and he asked the dealer about the painting and its price. The dealer himself was not very sure about its being the genuine painting of Turner, so he said that he would sell the painting for 10 shillings only. He told him that its price would be very high if it actually belonged to Turner. The buyer pretended to conceal his own opinion about the picture by hesitating as to whether he should pay the 10 shillings demanded of him for the paintings. But at last he bought the painting. Now the story begins. Later it was discovered to be a genuine Turner, means the painting was actually made by Turner, and our protagonist succeeds in selling this picture for 50 pounds. He felt very happy, very elated. It was perhaps his first successful deal in life, and he made almost 49 pounds and 10 shillings in this bargain. In the first flush of his happiness, he decided that he should share the profit with the dealer of the painting. So he wrote a short note about his successful transaction and his decision to make the dealer a sharer of his good fortune. And he decided to pay 50% of the profit to this dealer. But as he had no stamps and as it was very late, he did not post the letter then. and he went to bed. He woke up at 3:30 in the morning and he was not able to sleep for some time. So he began, as usual, to review many of his errors in life. There are so many people who, when they are not able to sleep, they start thinking about their own life, and he started uh, pondering over the mistakes that he has committed in his life so that he can be aware of further wisdom. So he remembered his latest success in the connection with the painting, and this led to an examination of the letter that he has written to the dealer. He now felt that to give half of his profit would be quite a quixotic gallantry. Means it would be almost a foolish kind of thing. After all, it was he himself who had detected that the painting belonged to Turner, and he had found a real customer for it. The dealer had not done anything in this. To reward the dealer would be a reward to insufficiency and foolishness. So he decided to send only £3, only £10 to the dealer. He thought that it would be more than adequate. He failed to get sleep. He took a book of short stories and read one story. When sleep still refused to oblige him, he again began to think about the dealer, and his thoughts started in this manner. Why send him £10? It will only give him a wrong idea of his customers, none other of whom would be so fair, so sporting as I am. He will expect similar letters every day and he will be disappointed. No, £10 is absurd. Five would be plenty, he thought. While he was dressing in the morning, he thought about the dealer once again. See, this is actually the chain of thoughts which he calls third thoughts. Means the first thought and then the second thought is always wiser, and then third thoughts are always more wise. So while he was dressing in the next morning, he thought about the dealer, and he thought that giving £5 to the dealer meant showing disrespect to the goddess of business, who had smiled on him for the first time. लक्ष्मी पहली बार मुस्कुराई है और वो उसको 5 पाउंड दे देगा तो वो लक्ष्मी की अपमान हो जाएगा, ऐसा ही स्टार्टेड थिंकिंग. Passing out to somebody else the profits earned means showing disrespect to goddess would end. So he decided to send just £1 instead of five, and he would write a brief note also. So he wrote a note and he put it in the envelope along with a check of £1. He had the envelope in his pocket and went to club for his lunch. That afternoon, he lost heavily at the game of bridge, and he was glad that he had not posted the letter and the check. Destroying the envelope and the letter, he used the check for the bridge. He said, buying and selling are a perfectly straightforward matter between the dealer and the customer. The dealer asks straightforward as much as he thinks that he can extort, and the customer, having paid, is under no obligation whatever to the dealer. And in this manner, the matter comes to close, and we are all humored by this situation that these third thoughts makes the protagonist uh, save his even £1. That is the story. uh, if you find any kind of problem in understanding of this essay, you can write your queries to me on your WhatsApp. Thank you.